Good morning. I just had a cold plunge here in the water. See, it's Monday morning, so I'm ready for my week. And this is your video. You receive it Tuesday. And I wanted to talk to you about why we in our lives find ourselves in situations that we dismiss ourselves. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Sige, what it is that you mean we dismiss ourselves. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to stand up for yourself and you did not? Then type 1 in the comments. Have you found yourself in a group of people and things needed to be decided, and instead of you speaking out what you really thought, you just did not, then you let other people speak? Type 2 in the comments. Or you found yourself in a relationship and things were happening and it was not fully according to, it was aligned with your self-worth, and then again you decided to not speak up, not share your emotions, and to in that moment dismiss yourself. Then type 3 in the comments, because this is what I love to talk to you about, to make you aware that perhaps in your life you are allowing yourself to be dismissed. Why do I use the word allowing? Because it is you allowing that this happens to you. Why do I want to pinpoint this? Because so many people say this happens to me, or this person did this to me, or this person did this to me. Actually, the only thing you can say is you allowed it. You allowed it to happen. Now, perhaps this is not your favorite thing to hear, yet I want you to understand it is your responsibility, because we always have this choice. Now, that may be not so clear because of how we've been brought up, what people have told us before, and what we still feel, what's the word that I'm looking for, we still feel restricted by. Yes. Perhaps in your life you were having a situation that people told you what to do instead of you following your intuition. People told you how to behave instead of you following your excitement. People restricted you, punished you, did something to you because you were just you. And you were just curious and you just stepped into the thing that you were doing without thinking that it might be negatively affecting people, or without thinking you would be judged about it, or without expecting people not to acknowledge the positive aspect of what you were doing. They were dismissive of the thing. Now, when they told you not to speak up, when they told you how to behave, when they told you what their expectation was, and especially when it happened to you when you were a child, when you still have this, you have some sort of, you look up to people with authority. When you're a child, you think that adults perhaps know better. At least I was thinking that. At least for a long time in my life, I thought that the older you become, the wiser you were. Perhaps you have to laugh too because you see the silliness of it, or perhaps you have to laugh too because you recognize that you were thinking that as well. So when people were dismissive of what happened, and were judging you and were telling you how to behave and what was allowed and what not, what do you think they do? Either to protect you, could be one of the reasons, or also because they wanted to restrict you, they wanted to limit you. They could also be fearful of their own internalization of what you did. Perhaps you were told how to behave because they didn't know how to deal with your lights, because then they had to think for themselves how they were not dealing with stuff in their lives. So there's many reasons why people restrict other ones or tell them they're allowed to do things or not, because they have to keep themselves to the rules. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Or they don't know how to deal with the situation, so they limit you, so it's not in their mind anymore. Anyway, what the reason was, you took that as a limitation to you. You took that as a restriction to who you are. So you became fearful for not to speak up. You became fearful to show your true self. And you thought you had to limit yourself, make yourself smaller to fit in, to be accepted, to not be punished, to keep yourself safe. And that installed some sort of trauma inside of you, or some sort of dismissiveness. Some sort of dismissiveness. So you can find this in relationships that you have with others. You can find this in job situations. You can find yourself showing this behavior for yourself when you are on a new journey and you have to go outside of your comfort zone. And instead of believing in yourself, you're dismissive. When you're talking to people, you tell yourself, oh, they won't work with me because, there's enough people, there's enough good other solutions, there's enough alternatives. So I want you to understand and think for yourself. Sit and think, where am I dismissive of the good in my life? Where are you not seeing your worth? What happened in your life that you became dismissive of yourself? Sit and think, and if you don't receive the answer straight away, then send it out in the cosmos. Send it out. Ask yourself that question. Ask your mind that question. Where was I dismissive in my life regarding to myself? And see what answers come up later on. And tie it back. And then we can change that situation. Because now you're safe. The past is the past. You're an adult now. You can take care of yourself. You can save yourself. There's nobody who has to tell you how to behave unless you allow it. And unfortunately, most of us have been allowing it. So choose yourself, reconnect with your worth, know what you stand for, and save yourself. Choose for you. You only have to show up to yourself. You only have to watch yourself in the mirror. And as long as you can, you're good. So I want you to understand that you can reorganize your life. You have the power of choice every day again. I'm here for you to encourage you. I'm here for you to rewind, reveal, to unpeel all the layers of the onion. So I wanted to share with you that you have the choice every day again, by taking a small action, by standing your ground. And literally, you have to understand that nobody can save yourself from yourself, and you have to choose you, and you have to save yourself and step out of situations that are not good for you, that you don't want to tolerate longer. Step out of the things that hold you away from you being cherished, respected, honored, like a best friend would honor you. So you go and do that, and if you have questions, and ask me. I'm here for you. We're in a safe community. We all go through the same things, you know. I also had to work through these situations myself as well, over and over again, based upon conditioning, because someone told me that I was not allowed to use my voice. I was not allowed to speak up, and I let that diminish my light so long. And you need to know for yourself that nobody ever has the right to do that, and I allowed that person to do so because I was a child. And now you hear this, and you can tell your inner child that you're safe, and we do this together. Alright, this is it for this video. Let's go to the next, and you've got this. Mwah. Know that you're safe, know that you're protected.